Hi, I'm Marcia Perry. I'm one of the founders and directors of Youth Arts Collective. Collaging is a wonderful art medium. It doesn't require drawing skills. You're able to take all these various images and make your own compositions and, imaginary landscapes, surrealistic scenes, and it's very freeing and fun. What you need, first you need scissors, also an X-Acto knife if you're old enough, and a cutting surface. Then you will need glue. Glue sticks I find work the best. The Elmer's extra strong are great. Mod Podge also works. You can use varnish as well. First, your surface that you want to do a collage on needs to be a harder surface. So cardboard, if it's smooth, cereal boxes can be flattened. The most ideal surfaces I've found are foam core, and masonite is a really great collage surface to work on. Then you need lots of magazines and calendars. Old calendars are great to save because they're larger images, so you can use those for backgrounds a lot of times and then work on top of it. Look through magazines and just tear out things that appeal to you, both images and words, and just collect them. I'm going to show you some of my collages that I've done over the years. This first one is my Thanksgiving collage because it was right before my granddaughter was born. So it's all about hope and the future, subject to change. And haven't we all felt a lot of changes in our lives? And then this one has to do with art and art making, my imagination, kind of an incantation to call on my imagination. And this one is about love and interwoven lives. I save words that I like and phrases as well as images. And this one has to do with reciprocality, giving and receiving and giving again. This is like an imaginary voyage. There's no words in this. It's all images and using actual just color, cutting into shapes like the heart shape. And you don't have to use exact images. You can cut out shapes out of things that you find. This was my ode to migrant children. One of the things you can do themes. We have done over the years a lot of animal spirit collages. Some of these I did, some of the students did. And that's a wonderful thing to kind of put together animals that inspire you. Some you can kind of turn into a combination of animals as a creature, like this one with the otter and the octopus hat and all that. And you can just see the various expressions that you can do with collage. Also, you can collage boxes. That's another really fun thing to do a surprise gift box for someone. The great thing about art is no matter what, you always have something to give. Now I'm going to show you some demos of doing actual collages. In order to begin your collage, you need to have chosen your images, cut all of them out, and words, and then start arranging them in a composition on your surface. And once you get that arrangement done the way you want it, it would be a good idea to take a picture of it so that you have it to memory, because that way you'll get more what you want out of it. And one of the things that I've found is taking another piece of hard, whether it's mat board or cardboard, and putting it on top of the image and flipping it over so that you can see exactly what goes on first onto your foam core or your background, and start gluing that first. And you want to really paint the glue onto the back of the image. and use a separate piece of paper to do your gluing on, and be careful not to get glue on the front of your image. Just try to keep the glue to the back, and form your background first, just like a painting, and then start adding your midground images, and then finally your foreground. And there may be overlaps of the magazine images on the full collage that you're going to need to trim the edges. You can also cut it out in a shape if you want, but you'll want to trim those edges either by cutting them or folding them over. One of the tricks, one of the great little tricks, there's always going to be edges that are kind of sticking up that didn't quite get enough glue on. So what you do is you take a separate small piece of paper and you paint some glue on the edge of it, and you stick it under that edge that's sticking up, and put the glue on, and then press that down, and that will solve that problem. Once you get your collage all put together, you can varnish on top of it or Mod Podge on top of it. It is not necessary though. Often I don't do that because sometimes you take the chance of the paper wrinkling a lot. If the surface is really hard that you're working on, like foam core or masonite, it's okay to use the varnish. But if you're working on a softer background like cardboard, I would stay away from varnish because I think it is going to cause wrinkling. And anyway, so that's pretty much how it's done. And I hope you enjoy doing this yourself. I want to introduce to you Raven and her wonderful work, and she's going to show you her just amazing collage journals that she's been keeping over the years.
My name is Raven, and I'm a 19-year-old painter and collage artist. Today I'll be showing you what's inside my collage journals. I'll be sharing my process on how I approach a collage, how I find my images, and what my relationship with collage has been like. This is my first collage journal. I started it in May of 2018 and finished it a year later in May of 2019. I started this journal because I had just previously finished a 30-page sketchbook that I sent off to New York, and in that sketchbook I had collaged and journaled and really just let my mind go, and I really loved how that specific sketchbook came out and how it made me feel, so I decided to make another one just for myself, and this is what that turned into. Collage can be really freeing, and it's a great way to express yourself. From finding images that really speak to you in magazines, books, newspapers, calendars, even wrappers from food or packages, anything that inspires you can go into a collage. And I find that really inspiring because you have so many materials to work with to create a new image, an image that didn't exist before. I collage when I feel inspired to create something, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to create. So I go through my vast collection of images and I just sort through them, look through them, pull out the ones that are speaking to me in the moment, and then I just lay them all out and like pick and choose which ones look good together to me and start to create a composition that really speaks to whatever story I'm trying to tell. When I'm about to start a collage, I go through all of my images that I might want to use, and I try to find my main background images first. The background images are usually large pictures, either blank color block images, pictures of nature, or large pictures that have an interesting texture that I might want to use in the background. And then after I find my background images, I look for my middle ground images, and then I look for my foreground images. So a person or a few animals, and I gather those images and I array them in an interesting composition. And it takes a little while, a lot of like moving around and trying to figure out what exactly looks best to me, but the end product looks pretty uniform. I also use this journal as a visual diary. So on a lot of the collage pages, I'll write a quote or a stream of thoughts, how I was feeling that day, or a few lines of like what happened. And this journal acts like a memory bank of what I was feeling during that time that I made a specific collage.
just want to thank Raven for being my partner in this. She's just an awesome artist, as you saw with her wonderful collage books. The great thing about collage is they're real touchstones for the time and for how you feel and things to look at. And they are something that pretty much anyone can do if you put your mind to it. So as you are looking around and you're looking through magazines, save things that are meaningful to you and put them in an envelope, and save words and phrases that are meaningful. And then when you have a chance, you can bring out that envelope and just put together a collage and enjoy an afternoon doing that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you learned something new and had fun while you were at it. If you did, well, guess what? We have a whole bunch more waiting for you over at artmakesus.com in our Watch and Learn video series. Be sure to check out what's happening in AMU Live, all of our upcoming classes and workshops that you can participate in online. We also have one-on-one mentorship opportunities. Remember, everyone is an artist.